I'm now in Neuquén, and it is a city in northern Patagonia and seemingly one of the richest in Argentina. And I thought I'd start here, which is Parque Norte, which is North Park, and just to get a view of the city from a height. Unfortunately, it's not really that high. All you can see is a lot of skyscrapers, and if you walk over here a little bit more. But what I didn't realise when I came up is it is quite nice. So this is Plaza de la Banderas, and this represents the whole city, the rivers, the mountains, even when it was founded. And the flagpole and all of it was built in the centenary of the city, 2004. So I thought I'd cross the road and have a better look at it. And each part of this plaza has been designed properly. It's got a little map here just to see what each bit is for. But the flagpole itself, 45 meters tall. That's one big flag. So this Parque Norte, as I've been around, there's a lot of hiking to do around here. I've seen a lot of people running. And then you've got this guy over here. That's a big Jesus Christ. So I'm going to have a walk around the city itself in a bit, just to get a feel for it. It's the first time I've been out, and it is quite late in the day for me because of the fact normal admin. Laundry had to be done this morning, and I had to wait for it to be finished. And the weather is not the best. I've been used to blue skies for the last few days. The weather forecast this morning, when I looked at it, was this, and I was promised blue skies. It's just starting to clear now, 2:15 in the afternoon. Yeah, I've been thinking it's going to be raining most of the day. I think I better look at the city over there. So yes, laundry. First time I've done it for a week and a half. This is my last t-shirt I've got. So it was a bit of a panic trying to find one this morning. Easter weekend, not the best. Did find one. 24,000 pesos to get done. Wasn't expecting that. I think they washed it with some holy water. That's why it was so expensive. And the hostel that I'm staying in, last video I did say that I was going to be staying for one night. I thought I'd give it another night. I had a really good night last night, chatting away to the people in the hostel, the Argentinian guys. There was a Canadian girl, French girl, and then the breakfast this morning. Oh, this is what I had. I was stuffed. I just ate everything just about. So yeah. Where's Jesus gone? Oh, there he is. And here's a better view of the city itself. And you can see it is spread out all the way, in fact, all the way down there. So it is pretty big. This is where I should start the view from. Right, I'm next to Jesus now, and the actual statue itself looks wooden. It's not quite Rio de Janeiro vibe, but he's looking over the city. Oh, my neck is hurting from looking up that high. That's tall, and that's his view. So Neuquén is a young city, like most cities within Patagonia. And a lot of people sort of bypass this place because there's not a lot of things to do, but I'm enjoying it so far. And I did find that the Canadian girl that arrived yesterday, she's got a flight from Lima to come here because she's off horse trekking into the mountains around us, because we are still in Patagonia. But as I said, this is a young city from the early 1900s, and it was 1902 that they started building the railway around here. And because there is two rivers down here, this was perfect for farming. So a lot of immigrants started moving to this area from Europe, mainly Spain and Italy for some reason. And oil was first discovered here in 1918, and big development sort of kicked off in the mid 20th century, with Argentina pushing energy production. And then the proper boom for Neuquén itself came later in the 60s, 70s, as the fields expanded. But the big one, the massive modern boom, was in 2010 onwards, and that was Vaca Muerta. And it's one of the largest shale gas and oil reserves in the world, right here. What is shale? I'll just have to Google it. It just means it's rock what they've got to drill into to get the gas and oil out. But even as I'm walking down, there is little trails all the way around. I mean, that looks a bit steep. Just had a couple of people just running up there. Crazy people. Right, let's get more into the city itself. Now, because I've walked up here already, I know exactly what's there, and you can just see a horse's head just sticking around the corner there. So it's a statue of a military officer and his horse, and there's no plaque or anything to say who he is. It's absolutely nothing. But he's got a nice moustache, very lifelike. So the reason this place is rich, and I'm only using my logic for this, is because you've got the experts and the companies that deal with oil and fracking and shale. They get paid well, which means the rent in this place goes up and the price of stuff goes up, which means it becomes a rich city. Now, I'm walking down this way because, according to my map, there is a dinosaur statue, because this is famous for dinosaurs around here. But to be honest, it looks like an abandoned building, the sort of place that Scooby-Doo would go and investigate, but I'm not that brave. So I decided to walk all the way around instead. I'm still following the map, and it's brought me to this area here. I'm a 4-minute walk away. It does look a little bit barren, but it's leading me to somewhere. Now the map is taking me up here, and I feel like I'm in some sort of James Bond enemy's lair. But just got a facility of tourism, and it's meant to be just around the corner. I've just seen it. Not exactly the biggest statue in the world. And this is it. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but the first dinosaur fossil was discovered nearby here. So that is a monument for the first dinosaur, 1883. And I've just realised that I'm in a university, I think, on the grounds. In fact, yes I am. It's only as I walk past that window there's loads of kids studying. Oops. Oh, loads of kids over there. But just to give you a quick idea how big it is, that's me stood next to it. Yeah, you would have thought it was first dinosaur fossil. Be huge. Right, let's get out of here before I get arrested. So I've left No Park and the small tiny dinosaur to come to the centre of the city, and I am here at Park Central. Now I'm just getting my bearings at the moment. I know that that is the tourist office, which I've just checked, and it is closed, which is quite surprising for a weekend, but it is Easter weekend. Now I got told by one of the guys in the hostel that there is a market in the square, and it is for the Malvinas veterans. Might have a little wander around there. It's not what I'm expecting for a rich city. From the looks of it, they're just setting up, and it goes all the way along the park. And this is when the market gets a bit busier. And it goes further on all the way down there. So because it's coming up to 4:20 in the afternoon, I reckon that's going to be like a nighttime thing. I can imagine this whole place will be so busy. But I've just come across train station, tram station. I didn't realise there was trains around here. Although it doesn't look like it's used that much at all. Neuquén Central. Right, I've left Central Park behind. I want to have a wander up this street here. Hello you mate, whoever he is. And I'm led to believe the cathedral is up here. Now when I told the receptionist guy in the hostel I was coming to Central Park, he did warn me, which is the first time I've heard this in Patagonia, but he said this place, this area is a bit rough and I should be careful of my camera, my phone. Oh, and there is the cathedral. And here it is. As I've said, it's a young city, so the cathedral is quite modern looking. But next door, that looks a bit older. Just a shame about the graffiti that's on it. And it looks like that this could be a market later on. The store's been set up. as a city centre, it doesn't feel that big. I don't know. But I am here for another day. I will be going down to see more of this place. The recommendation was the river, or the rivers, two of them. So that's the next video. But I'm going to head back to the hostel now. Oh my god, I've been out for about 3 hours. And I'm hungry. But if you've enjoyed this little walk around, it's nice. Then all you got to do is press that like button if you want to see the rivers and a bit more history about Neuquén. So subscribe. But until next time, I think I've got about a 20-minute walk. Bye bye for now.